16 nations remain as we head into the knockout stages with the likes of extra time and penalties on the agenda. But who has got the guts, skill and style to get through to the last 8? We'll take a little look. Nick! That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today we're taking a look at the last 16, aka the second round, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you do, where have you been, boys? Smash your subscribe button and get your bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Euro 2020 related, well, football we're going to know here, with loads of bloody stickers. That's right, boys and girls, make sure you bang the old subscribe, bang the thumbs up, hit the little bell so you don't miss a beat. And if you are interested in supporting the channel in another way, you can check out the old links in the old description. I'm on Patreon, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff in the old description. But anyway, let's get into it. We've got a lot to cover, of course, updates to the prediction league, and of course a recap of the score lines. Of course, we're going to just gloss over the scores because we've got a lot to talk about. Here we go. Of course, recapping the match 3.1. Of course, predictions. Of course, Italy against the Welsh was a 1-0 win in the end for Italy. Actually, I remember the 2-0 win myself, so not too shabby on that one. Kicking on forward. Turkey, I went with the 2-1 win for them over the Swiss, but of course they lost 3-1 in the end to tumble out. With, of course, the Italians, the Welsh and the Swiss going through to the knockout stage. We'll elaborate on that in a minute. Into Group B, the Danes over Russia. I did go with the Danes, of course. I went with just a simple 1-0 win, but they went goals galore, 4-1 win in the end to book themselves up with a nice little encounter with the Welsh. We'll talk about the knockouts shortly. Same group, the Belgians ran riot over the Finns. I went with a 3-0 win, but it's actually just a 2-0 win over in Group B. Into Group C we go. Of course, the Ukrainians did lose to Austria. I went with the 2-0 win myself, but it's just a 1-0 win for Austria. And again, they came through as runners-up. But Ukrainians, one of the unlucky losers, of course, going through as well. Actually, lucky losers. And then finally, of course, the Dutchies ran riot over the Macedonians. North Macedonians, 3-0 win in the end. And I got that one bang on the nose. As you can see, up to 4 out of 6. Ain't too shabby. Let's take a look at the situation over the groups. So, of course, Italy, Wales go through, of course, first and seconds. The Swiss were lucky. They go through as runners-up, or unlucky losers, or whatever you want to call it. Belgium, the Danes go through Group B. The Finns, of course, were in that waiting game, but, of course, they are now out. Into Group C, the Dutchies and Austria went through, of course, first and second. And the Ukrainians, of course, squeezed in by the hair of the chest into the knockout stage. Let's take a look at the leaderboard, or for the winners for this week, and this week alone. Should be coming at you right here, right now. And of course, a lot of you guys with 4s, but some of you had 5 with Zigga Z. Familiar name for me, of course, Hans Wurst as well, Yannick Bustler, Jonathan Lew, Omer Esquivel, Ivan Stringer, Ademir, Jens van der Poel, and Blazood. And Bully Bum Bum also came in there with 5 as well. So just one shy for 6. We'll take a look at the overall leaderboard in a minute. Let's take a look at the match day number 3.2. Here it comes at you right here, right now. Kicking it all off with the Scots. Unfortunately, they tumbled out. I went with a 2-1 win myself for the win over the Croatians, but unfortunately got that one wrong. It was a 2-1 win going the other way. That's right. Goodness gracious me. Not good enough for myself. Meanwhile, England did overpower the Czechs. I went with a 1-0 win myself as well on that one. Sorry, I went with a 3-0 win. It actually was a 1-0 win. Of course, England go through. The Czechs go through as runners-up, and Croatians squeeze as an unlucky loser as well to make it through to the knockout stages. Into the Group D, Poland. They scored 2 goals, but unfortunately the Swedes scored 3. Wow. Goals galore on that one. 3-2 win in the end for the Swedes to go through as group winners. Wow, they surprised us all on that one. As for the Spanish, they also put on a bit of a performance. I went with a 3-0 win. Actually, it was a 5-0 win in the end. And again, go through as runners-up as well. Runners-up? Yeah, runners-up. Slovakia tumble out as well, joining the polls. And then into the group of F, group of death. Portugal did play France. It was a 4-goal thriller, 2-2 in the end. Actually, I went the 2-0 win myself for the Frenchies. Got that one wrong. And the Germans, we went with the 4-0 win myself. Got the right amount of goals. It was a 2-2 draw in the end. Again, Germany squeezed through runners up. Portugal go through as the one of the unlucky losers as well, and I got myself just the 2 out of that one, which is pretty shitty. Of course, quick look at the tables on this one. Group D, E and F. England and Croatia go through. The Czechs also join them. Actually, Croatia going as runners up. Sweden and Spain go through, with Slovakia going out, and France and Germany go through. Portugal also squeeze through by their skin on their chin. So let's take a look at the leaderboard for this week. Of course, this is just this week, and of course, Iman Hussein. Of course, me old mucker out there, he knows what he's all about. I got myself up there. Somebody's put my name up there. Blackburn Overseas with a 4. I didn't get 4. I wish I did, mate. I wish I bloody did. Yannick Buster with a 4 as well. Some random person got 4. Bully Bum Bum, of course, my new favourite name, is up there with 4. Max Wiggins, A. Judy, Winky, Andreas, Max Shavangi, of course, Jens van der Poel as well. big shout out to some of the patrons in there. I know I haven't got the marker up there, but that's we'll have that back, of course, for the domestic season. So well done, you guys. What about the overall leaderboard, though? We're going to combine those two plus all the rest. Here we go. Who is the best predictor in the house? That was a little bit of a drum roll. And of course, it is Jens van der Poel with 25. Hans Bus up there with 22. Janabus is up there with 21. Shane with 20. Max Sangari with 20. Master Fighter with 20. And Blazoo with 20. And again, if you got double names in there, then it ain't going to count. But of course, it's all just for fun in the end. Well, there might be there's a t-shirt or something at the end of it. I'm going to have to do a bulk order and play catch up with it. But that's the situation with the Prediction League. Get involved. You can still take part, of course, get little brownie points for the win in the knockout stages. So, of course, 8 points on the offering for this one. We'll have a little look at that next. In fact, let's take a look at the bracket right here, right now. In fact, before we take a look at the bracket, let's take a look at the prediction code. If you want to join in, it's down the bottom there of the screen, Cutley/Euro16. Get the QR code if you want. Should also be in the description and maybe even pin it on the comments. So make sure you check their bad boys out. So here we go, boys. I'm down here. I'm bloody down here. But let's take a look at the old knockout stages then. Of course, we've already know the matches, but these are your nations. And, of course, where they lie in the bracket. And what some bangers we have in here. Some you can probably see there is an easier path for the final, I would say, down this hand side here. Of course, these are your juggernauts. We've got Belgium, Portugal. We've got the Italians. We've got the French. We've got the Croatians and the Spanish. Just on this side, we've got the Germans and the English and the Dutch as well. So, yes, I think sort of a bit of a wobbly-sided, a bracket here. But anyway, let's kick it on further then and have a little look at these brackets and start all off with the top left-hand corner. It will be the Belgians up against the Portuguese. Now, this match will take place, of course, on the 27th of June, which is a Sunday. We're going to have watch-alongs on all of these, so make sure you come in here, smash the thumbs up, smash the subscribe, of course. Join me to chat. We'll open up some stickers. We'll play some games. Of course, we'll keep an eye on the game, of course, as well. But anyway, the players are 8 times since 1971. 3 wins for the Portuguese, 2 wins for the Belgians, and 3 draws. The biggest win for Portugal over the Belgians was a 4-0 win. Meanwhile, the Belgians have returned with a 3-0 win as well over the course of time. Heading into this, the place of the last round was in 2018. It was a 0-0 draw. In fact, you're going to go back to 2016 for the last time one of these nations did beat each other, and it was a 2-1 win for the Portuguese back in 2016. You're going to go all the way back to 1979 for Belgium's last win over the Portuguese, as well as a 4-0 win. The bookies odds on this one is 13-10 for the Belgians, 2-1 is your Portugal, and of course 12-5 is your draw. For me, I've actually gone against the grain on this one, gone with a 2-1 win in favour of Portugal. That's right, the champions knocking out the #1 seed or the #1 ranked team in the world to, of course, put this group on its head, or the knockouts on its head. Next up, of course, we've got the Italians taking on Austria, one of the first games of the last 16, taking place on Saturday, 26th of June. They played each other 7 times since 1934, just 5 wins for Italy, no wins for Austria, and 2 draws. The biggest win was a 2-1 win for the Italians, and of course, they've scored 11 goals compared to Austria's 6 in those 7 matches since 1934. They're coming into this 100% form, winning 6 of the 6. Of course, the Austrians coming into this 42% form, winning 2 times out of the last 6 games. Of course, heading into this, the last time I played was back in 2008. It was a 2-2 draw. They'll take that. The Austrians, of course, going to penalties. 4-1. Sorry, scrap that. 2-1 on is your Italians. 30-2 is your Austrians, and 3-1 is your draw, which of course would push it into extra time. But if you want to go for a 90-minute result, that's the odds on that. I'm not going to go stupid on this one. I'm going to go keep it safe to my chest. 2-0 win. Italians go through, and in my eyes, will take on Portugal in the quarterfinals. Let's go in the bottom half of this side of the bracket. It's La France up against the Swiss, taking place on Monday the 28th of June. Here we go. Of course, let's take a look at these badges then. Of course, France coming out on top of their group. Of course, the Swiss, unlucky losers. Played each other 7 times since 2003. 3 wins for the French, 0 wins for the Swiss, and 4 draws. Of course, the biggest win for France over the Swiss was a 5-2 win. They've scored 11 goals with a 4-goal return from Switzerland over those 7 matches since 2003. They come into this 83% form, back-to-back draws for the French. Meanwhile, the Swiss come into this 75% form as well. Last time they played was, in fact, a 0-0 draw in the Euros back in 2016. Of course, they would take that as well, the Swiss. Meanwhile, the last time one of these 2 nations did beat each other was a 5-2 win. In fact, out of the last 5 encounters, there's only been 1 win, and that went in favour of France in 2014. The bookies odds on this one, we have 7-4 on is your French, 11-4 is your draw, and 6-1 is your Swiss. Your Swiss miss on this one. I'm going to go with France on this one. I think I've gone big as well. 3-1 win to take the 3 point, well, not 3 points. Take it into the next round, and of course, we'll likely take on either Croatia or Spain. Of course, now this match will take place same day, 28th of June, which is a Monday. People will be at work, of course, or will they? Played each other the last 5 times in the past since 2006. 2 wins for the Croatians, 3 wins for the Spanish, and of course, no draws. Funny thing about this one is playing for Spain is Dani Olmo, who could have actually represented Croatia. Wow. Anyway, they played each other the last few times. The biggest win for Spain over Croatia was a 6-0 win. Meanwhile, the biggest win for Croatia over Spain was a 3-2 win. In fact, the Spanish have actually scored 12 goals to Croatia's 6 heading into this of the previous encounter. 75% form for the Spanish, unbeaten the last 6. They've been pretty shitty so far in the thing until the last game where they flicked a switch and destroyed Slovakia. As for the Croatians, they come into this 1 win in the past 5. 50% form. Last time I played, there was a 3-2 win in the Nations League going in favour of Croatia. Prior to that was a 6-0 win also in the Nations League going in favour of Spain. Bookies odds 9-2 for Croatia, 6-4 on is your Spain. They've suddenly become good again, and 11-4 is your draw on this. I think I've gone with Spain on this one to set up a banger of a quarter-final against the French. 2-0 win to take it to the house. Over to the other side of the bracket we go. It's to the Swedes against the Ukrainians. Wow, what an opportunity for these guys to go deep in this competition. Let's take a look at it then, shall we? Take place on Tuesday, the 29th of June. That's right. Played for the 4 times since 2008. 3 wins for the Ukrainians, just 1 win for the Swedes. No draws. That one and only win for the Swedes was a 1-0 win. Meanwhile, the biggest win for the Ukrainians over the Swedish. That was a 2-1 win as well. They've actually scored 9 goals to their 7 in the 4 encounters since 2008. They come into this, though. The Ukrainians just 1 win in 3. Of course, but right here, right now, in the Euros. Meanwhile, the Swiss come into this 92% form. They've got that bit between the teeth. They could be the dark horse that we've all been looking for, and they're staring us right in the face. They come into this, though. Last time there was a 2-1 win for the Ukrainians back in 2012, and that one and only win for the Swedes was back in 2011. It was a friendly. Meanwhile, that Ukrainian win last time around was in 2012 in the Euros as well. Bookies odds 11-8 for Sweden, 11-5 is draw, 2-1 is your Swed on this. I'm back in the Swedes on this one. I think they could be the dark horse that we all looking for. 2-0 win in the end to take it to the next round. Will they either take on England or Germany? It's the game of the round, surely. These two sides are classic opponents, played each other a whole bunch of times. 9 times since 1996. 5 wins for the Germans, 3 for the English, and 1 draw. The biggest win for England was a 3-2 win. Meanwhile, the biggest win for Germany over England was a 4-1 win. Of course, that was in the World Cup as well. 18 goals scored by Germany over England in the course of time. 14 goals returned. Germany coming to this just 1 win in the past 3 games. Actually 2. Just 1 defeat in the past 5 for them. As for the English, 92% form for them as well. Last time played was a 0-0 draw back in 2017, and last time England won was all the way back in 2008. It was a friendly. Meanwhile, Germany did pick up a win in 2017, also a friendly way back when. Look at the bookies odds on this one. Germany are actually 15-8 for the victory. Of course, England are 31-20 and 21-10 is your draw. It could go either way. It really could. But I'm playing. I've got the German chest, the eagle on my chest, and I'm going to go with England to lose this one. 3-2 win. Germany, banger. Classic game as well. Look forward to that. But who will they play or potentially play in the semi-finals? Well, of course, the bottom half of the bracket here, it is the Dutchies up against the Czechs. Of course, another surprise nation to be at this stage. Are the Dutchies going to go the distance? Anyway, they played each other 10 times since 1994. 5 wins for the Czechs, and we have 3 wins for the Dutchies and 2 draws. The biggest win for the Czechs over the Dutch was a 3-1 win. Meanwhile, the biggest win for the Dutchies over the Czechs was a 2-0 win. They have actually scored 15 goals to their 13, the Czechs. And of course, coming into this 42% form, winning just 1 defeat the past 4 for them. As for the Dutchies, coming into this 92% form, winning 5 at the past 6 games. Last time played each other was in European Championship qualifiers. There was a 3-2 win for the Czechs back in 2015, and last time the Dutchies one was all the back in 2005. It was a 2-0 win in the Euro World Cup qualifying in Group A, just to let you know. Bookies odds 6-4 on for the Dutchies, 4-1 is your Czechs, 11-4 is your draw. Is there a shock in this group? Is it? Well, I think I've gone with the shock with the Portugal, but the Dutchies could surprise, could get to a bit of a humping here, but I'm going with sticking with my gut, and I'm sticking for the hope or potential of a Dutch-German semi-final, of course, later on in this one. But I've gone with the 2-0 win for Holland to take it through to the next round, where they'll either take on the Welsh or the Danes, of course. So, of course, these two sides will play each other on the 26th of June. It's actually the first of the last 16 matches, and they're playing each other at the Cruyff Arena over in Amsterdam. They played each other 7 times since 1987. 4 wins for the Danes, 3 wins for the Welsh, and no draws. Last time around, of course, the biggest win for the Danes was a 2-0 win, but meanwhile, the biggest win for the Welsh was a 1-0 win over the Danes, of course. Heading into this, of course, the Danes come into this 58% form, 2 defeats in the past 6 games. Meanwhile, the Welsh also come into this 2 defeats in the past 6 games. A lot of draws knocking around as well. So 2 kind of a similar kind of spooky size. Last time played each other was a 2-1 win for the Danes in the Nations League. Last time Wales one was back in 2008. It was a friendly. It was a 1-0 win in Denmark as well. Bookies odds on this one. 4-1 for Wales, 23-10 is your draw, and 5-4 on is your Danes on this one. For me, I'm going to go with Denmark on this one, have I? I can't really remember. I think I did. Yeah, 2-1 win to take it to the house. Goodness gracious me. That's the situation for my bracket in the last 16. Let me know your thoughts as well. Also, quick recap of the odds for the trophy right here, right now. We're standing here before us. Of course, Austria are your long shots, 150-1. They have, of course, Mission Impossible against the Italians. Then it's the Ukraine and Switzerland on 100-1. The Welsh and the Czechs are 80-1, with Croatia 66-1. Sweden 50-1. The Danes 18-1. Big jump there. Portugal 10-1. The Dutch 9-1. Belgium 8-1. Spain 15-2. Germany 7-1, England 30-2, Italy is 6-1, and of course the French are 4-1. What I can tell you right here right now, I'm fancying somebody along here to go very well. Of course, they're all going to go. One of these are going to go very, very far. But we could see a surprise nation like a Ukraine, like a Sweden, like a Denmark, like a Wales go quite far in this one and maybe even make the final. So it's going to be an exciting conclusion, I'm sure. And I'm hoping you guys are going to join me for the ride. We've got watch-alongs, we've got previews, we've got predictions, and of course reviews as well on the channel. So make sure you give the video some love and smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe, get your picks in as well. Head over to the website, get your picks in, of course, and you can enter the league as well. There's no real kudos to it. Even if you're late to the party, you can have a little bit of fun. Of course, win each round, show flexion muscles, of course, for the domestic season. But until then, give the video some love and tell me who your thoughts are. Who's going to go the distance? Who do you have winning it? Let me know your thoughts down below. Until then, I'll see you soon for the next. Until then, out.